What's up, everyone? Today we're going to take a look at a video about the new pipe syntax for Google BigQuery. So this is going to be a data reaction video, but the pipe syntax has been drawing quite a bit of controversy, including myself. I am not totally sure who asked for this, but I realized I wanted to go and just see kind of a sizzle reel promo video for it and just see how Google is portraying it. Because sort of in the data engineering area that I see, it's getting flamed pretty hard. So I thought I'd watch this and just react to it as I'm seeing it for the first time.
Hey everybody. If you've ever worked with data, you've probably heard of SQL. It's a powerful language, but sometimes it gets a bit tricky to read and write. Well, today we're diving into BigQuery's new pipe syntax. And trust me, it's going to make your life writing and understanding SQL a whole lot easier. Now, SQL has been a standard for decades, but it's got a very rigid structure.
I'm just going to make a point here. This idea of like making SQL easier, I already feel like SQL is considered easier. I don't understand this. I really don't. Like, if I had to think of the easiest way to rename a column in a table, for example, SQL would be the easiest way to do it. It's just column name as new column name, and then after that, that's the name of the column name. I mean, you go do that in polars, for example, it's a little more convoluted. You do that in pandas, it's convoluted. R, I don't understand this. So yeah, I guess that even that premise of let's make it easier for you by changing everything up, I don't know, I'm not totally sure why.
Which makes it difficult to write and debug complex queries. For example, if I misorder any of these clauses, I'm probably going to get an error.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, if you put the wrong thing in the wrong place, you're going to get an error. That's how it works. Like if I don't chain things correctly in Polar's code, I'm going to get an error. It's confusing to me. subqueries I totally agree with. I think subqueries they require a level of thinking from the kind of the inside out, which I think doesn't read appropriately. And I know some people really like subqueries, but I just think CTEs offer a better debugging scenario. So that's the kind of stuff that I prefer. That's why I like the CTEs. I also like CTEs because there is a more accurate breadcrumb trail, to be honest, as you kind of move through the transformations. So yeah, I mean, switching up the where first, I guess we'll find out how that'll improve things.
Plus, pipe syntax interoperates with Google SQL, so you can fit it easily into your existing code without the need to rewrite everything.
Okay, wait a second. Wasn't that basically just a subquery anyways? So that's a pipe within a from. I mean, unless I'm like totally not getting this right here. Was that not a subquery?
Or subqueries. Plus, pipe syntax interop.
Like, what is that? Select total cost count. Okay, from, and then from within this. So why I see to me this is just your subquery. I'm not sure why. To me this is not good to debug. Like that's my problem with subqueries too, is because to debug it you have to start internally with the query and then you move outside. Whereas CTEs, they have a flow, kind of the way that your data frames do when you're building data manipulation code like R and Python. Like you kind of build a data frame, then you munge it, then munge it, then munge it, kind of as you go down your script. That's what I like about CTEs. Like even this right here, what I'm seeing, that just looks more confusing than the subquery because then I have to account for this pipe syntax now.
Operates with Google SQL, so you can fit it easily into your existing code without the need to rewrite everything. Okay, enough talk. Let's jump over to BigQuery and see this in action. Let's imagine that I'm looking for a new television show to watch, and I happen to have television rating data in the IMDb public data set. So let's query it using pipe syntax. You'll notice intuitively that the query begins with a from clause to specify the table I'm interested in. I can add additional pipe operators beneath to filter to TV series that are dramas that started after 2010, and then select only the fields I'm interested in. I could continue to add pipe operators in any order, any number of times if I'd like. But
okay, this is I mean, it really, I don't understand how like you assume that this is easier. This is what I don't get. Why is the assumption that this is easier? It's just different. This is not easier. In fact, this is definitely not easier because 99.9% of all documentation on the internet is going to have the classic SQL syntax. So if someone decided to go this route, most people do not learn SQL this way. Most people aren't probably going to learn SQL this way. I understand that Snowflake and Databricks and everyone is doing this. But if people start really building this, I mean, like the whole argument of where you should put the commas, it's just like that's easy now. You know, if we start seeing this, if I come in and I have to be like from here where this and contains, I don't know. It's not just like going from subqueries to CTEs. It's like literally going from kind of from SQL to Python. You're changing everything up completely. I don't know why this is. I don't know who asked for this. I really don't.
We get some dramas down below. And now I want to find the highest rated ones, which means I need to join to the ratings table. So let's do that. We'll join to the ratings table, and within the ratings table, I'll filter to records that have a high average rating and a high number of votes. I'll also order by average rating and then select the fields I'm interested in.
Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, so from the table where this equals TV series and it contains the substring drama and the year is greater than 2010, join it using tconst where the average rating and the number of votes is, order by this, and select. And then at the very end select, I don't know. It's something I just don't really understand exactly what people are going to get out of this, other than just confusion and probably some really upset data engineers.
When I run the query, I get some great shows that I could check out. If we compare this pipe syntax query to one using standard syntax, we can quickly see that the joins are more verbose with standard. We need to also co-locate all of the where clauses to avoid subqueries, right? You can imagine how much more complicated.
Let me see what there. So you're going to select all that from that, interjoin this on that, yeah. Where, okay, yes. Again, I don't know. The thing that the current SQL syntax does is it puts things into areas. So all the filtering, the where, the and is going to be down, at the bottom. All the comp selection is going to be at the top, and then the tables and your joins are going to be between that, give or take. And then at the very end, you're going to order the output, right? That, at least, I mean, to be honest, I think that's a nice way to think about when you're doing SQL. Whereas like this way, this pipe syntax way, it's just kind of, you've got where and join, where and order. It requires a way of thinking, and vertically, by the way, that I don't know, it doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me.
Complicated this could get if I join 3, 4, or 5 tables. Lastly, I can use standard and pipe syntax in the same query. In this example, we start with
No, don't do that.
some standard syntax, and we also have pipe syntax below. We could run this and get the same result as we did just a second.
Okay, I mean, again, what? Oh, that, no, I'm sorry. I don't know who's asked, no one asked for this. This is over-engineering the problem. This is not the problem with SQL. Where to put having, or no, that's not the problem with SQL. The problem with SQL is about optimization and knowing when to join and understanding your tables and understanding to reduce how you pull things. It's not like, oh, we need to be able to write it more like Python or something, and then put these things together. Absolutely not. If anyone did this, I would be like, you have to go back and change it. Use CTEs, and that's what's up. That's what we're going to do. Absolutely not.
Ago. And this interoperability means that if I want to embed some pipe syntax into my existing BigQuery workflows, I don't need to rewrite everything. I can just plug it in wherever it fits. Apart from exploratory analysis, pipe syntax is great for log analytics. So let's check that out. I've opened Cloud Log Analytics in the console, where I can query my log data and view or chart the results. Behind the scenes, this is powered by BigQuery. And I'll paste in a standard SQL query that looks through all of my App Engine logs for client IPs with a lot of 503 errors. But you'll see how verbose the standard syntax is. We have a common table expression. We repeat the same fields and functions several times. Well, I can simplify this using pipe syntax, where we define the table we're pulling from, filter it down with a where clause, create an aggregate, and then filter it a little bit more.
First of all, you are repeating names still, just not 3 times. Second of all, I like the verbosity. Things being verbose, to me, is more literal, and it's easier to debug. That's what I like. I like I don't like trying to abstract things away that much. Being clever with code, I don't think does anyone any favors. It needs to read very well, and I need to understand it. So, I mean, if I read this, I could, but what if this was 500 lines? The context switching, I think, would be really crazy. Maybe in this situation with log analytics, you would, but I'm trying to understand, like, okay, so it's log analytics and you're querying log analytics. Who cares about the verbosity of the query? Is it an efficient query? Does the efficiency change with this syntax? Is this become a more efficient query with the syntax? I don't believe it does. It's just simply how it looks. So I just don't understand. I don't understand the need.
More. When I run this, we'll get our results. But you can see how much simpler pipe syntax is compared to the alternative. Now, since I've set up a linked data set in BigQuery, I can query it over there too. So let's hop over to BigQuery. And now that we're in BigQuery, I'll paste the exact same query. All I need to do is update the from clause, because now we're pulling from a linked data set. Again, anywhere that we can run standard syntax, we can also use pipe syntax, like linked datasets, views, table value functions, and more. All other syntax remains exactly the same. And when we run it, we get the same results. So if you're somebody who does a lot of log analytics, definitely check out pipe syntax.
Okay. Maybe that's the one thing, the log analytics people. If you're querying a lot of log analytics, maybe that's where it could be. But I would not want that anywhere near my production queries. No. Nope.
So there you have it. If you're looking for a simpler way to write queries, or maybe you're coming from a log analytics background, check out pipe syntax in BigQuery. If you'd like to give it a shot, sign up using the enrollment link in the
Well, 5 stars to this gentleman for making a great video about something I don't think anyone wants. Log analytics would be about the only thing I could think of, but I simply don't want to context switching in that pipe syntax anywhere near any of the pipelines I'd be in charge of, or be expected to write, to be honest. So, no, I don't think so. I don't know. You all can tell me what you think. LinkedIn's been pretty clear so far, but yeah, if you want me to react to more of this stuff in the data world, which is kind of, I think, funny to do, I'm totally down to do it. Just let me know. Yep, you can follow me in the other links I have just in the description. But yeah, hope you got something out of this. Enjoy the rest of your day.